Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But now let's talk about Solana. We're going to be doing our daily analysis on the price of Solana, see what is happening, some news revolving around Sol, and what we could be expecting as we go further into this month of January. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. As we're looking at the entire market, we're seeing a little bit of red across the board, and that is mainly due to Bitcoin seeing a little bit of a minor retracement. Yesterday, of course, now it's past midnight. Earlier yesterday, we did hear some fake news from SEC's Twitter, which was hacked. The spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, and then Gary Gensler came out and said, no, you were hacked, this and that, which kind of toned down the overall momentum that we were seeing. But BTC is still holding really strong because the anticipation is still quite high, because the 10th is the date that everyone is talking about, and potentially the 11th. So the next 2 days are really important for the entire space. But as far as Solana is concerned, if we're looking at the price of Solana currently sitting at $98.80, we're finding ourselves back below the 3-digit Solana, but I do expect that not to be an issue. I think we will get back to that as soon as Bitcoin sees a little bit of a bounce. But you can see we're down about 2.8% over the past 24 hours in USD comparative. We're also down 1.2% in BTC comparative over the past 24 hours. If we're looking at its market cap, holding really strong above that $42 billion mark. To be exact, it's currently sitting at $42.7 billion. And the 24-hour trading volume currently sitting at $3.1 billion. Really nice to see these numbers. But before we go any further, you guys know the drill. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So we're going to hold off on the price. We're going to talk about some news revolving around Sol. So first and foremost, of course, you guys can see the SEC official Twitter account was compromised. You guys can see Gary Gensler came out and says the SEC Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. So that's that. But as far as Solana is concerned, you guys can see some news coming out for Jupiter Exchange. Introduces a market priority fee. This fee is calculated from the 85th percentile of transactions from the previous 20 blocks and matches the fee for your transaction in real time. Really nice to see. And on top of that, the most exciting news, in my opinion, that not a lot of people might pay attention to is this right here. So it says, just in more than 150,000 new users installed Phantom, which is a Chrome extension wallet, in the last 7 days for Solana. But let's put that into perspective, guys. In just the last 7 days, 150,000 people have come out and install this. And now, of course, people are going to come out and say, oh, people are farming, multiple wallets, this and that. Of course, that is a possibility, but this number is huge. Of course, Phantom did kind of hint that there could be a potential airdrop, and anyone that's been using Phantom for quite some time, I think this could potentially be one of the biggest airdrops that we have seen as far as Solana is concerned, if they were to announce this. And I think the people that are kind of getting on the train now, I think might be a little too late. The newcomers might get a little bit of a pie. And again, there's no confirmation about a Phantom airdrop, but if you are one of the OGs, if you're using it from 2021, maybe you were using it last year, maybe you're using it late last year, I think you could get the big chunk of the pie. And let's see, right? That's just my own personal opinion, but huge news. So that's that. But what I really wanted to discuss is this right here. So 23 hours ago, I asked the community, what is the best chain to be farming on now? And what I mean by farming is, what is the best chain where I should be interacting with, staking, and potentially increasing my chances for airdrops, because airdrop season is really heating up right now. And you can see this for yourself. Solana came at the top. 2,400 votes came in, and 63% people have voted once again for Sol. So a lot of people are excited about Solana airdrops, and of course we've seen huge airdrops coming out of Sol. We saw Jito, and we've seen of course Jupiter coming out, which I think is going to be the biggest one. Keeping my fingers crossed that Jupiter does see a huge decrease in price, when it gets listed. Now you might be saying, why would you even hope for that? The reason as to why I'm hoping for that is because I want to accumulate more Jupiter. Because I'm really bullish on the project. Again, I've done my due diligence and research. That is why I'm very optimistic on it. But it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that one opens up. But, I think 2024, this year, Jupiter is going to shock a lot of people, to say the least. But with that said, let's take a look at Sol right now, see what is happening with the price of Solana. So you can see this for yourself. Solana currently is, once again, like I said, below the $100 mark. We're below the psychological price point, of course, which is a 3-digit Sol. And, we're below the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. And if you've been kind of, following my channel for maybe since even Q4 of last year, the significance of the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. We've been seeing, pretty much a few rejections at this point at this, but, let's face it. Let me give you guys a quick reminder. On the yearly time frame, where is Sol? Sol is up 532% still. And this is something a lot of people tend to forget, and you do not want to be forgetting this right now. I think it's up even more on the yearly time frame. Of course, sometimes numbers are not accurate on these sites, but we need to keep this factor in mind. And something a lot of people tend to forget is, from its yearly high at $126, we're only down 21%. Let that sink in. After having such a significant rally, we're only down 21.74%, and this is something we need to keep in mind before we start talking negative. And speaking about negative, there are quite a bit of negative comments that come in day out about Solana. People saying, well, why is Solana pumping this much? Why is Solana not going back down to $6? Why are we not getting that opportunity? Well, that opportunity was there for the longest time. People had the chance to pick up cheap Sol for the longest time, and there were people that were accumulating Solana during that time, the ones that actually understood what Sol was trying to do. Of course, the risk factors are always there. No matter which coin that you're investing in, risk is always there, and this is where your due diligence and research comes into play. If you're one of the investors that cannot take risk, then let me tell you, crypto is not for you. If you're going into the crypto market thinking there's going to be no risk and your money is not going to go down, of course the potential is really high in crypto. But if you're thinking that you're not going to lose any money, then let me tell you, you're already losing it at that point. You want to really understand how crypto works and what risk really is, and then of course go based off of that. So now if we're looking at Sol, you guys can see it's pushing back up to this $99 mark. I'm really liking the way Solana is holding, to be quite frank with you guys. Of course, we do have quite a bit of support around here. Might see a little bit of a fluctuation depending on what BTC does, but tomorrow is a huge day, so do have an eye on that, of course, because that is going to be a huge deciding factor. To anyone that is still hoping for a cheaper Sol, the opportunity for that is definitely still there for the short term. The reason as to why I say this is because there's still not 100% certainty that the ETF is approved, so we still need to wait for that announcement to come. And I'm expecting, if we don't hear anything on the 10th or the 11th of this month, I think we will see the market pull back, because a lot of people are kind of relying on that date. So now if this date we hear absolutely nothing, then I am expecting there is going to be a downside for BTC, and Sol can also retrace. So anyone that wanted to pick up cheaper Sol, opportunity could definitely still come in front of you. But that is it for today's update. Let me know down below what you guys think. Love each and every one of you guys. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.